Across Europe, a new dawn is breaking. The people are rising, demanding change, and the far right is leading the charge. From Romania to Germany, Italy to France, and Hungary, a wave of nationalism and sovereignty is sweeping the continent. This is not just a political shift, it's a revolution of the people who have been ignored for too long. Let's explore why this surge is not just inevitable, but necessary for Europe's future. In Romania, George Simion has captured the hearts of the people with his promise to restore national pride and protect Romanian sovereignty. With over 40% of the votes in the first round of the presidential election on May 4th, 2025, Simion's Alliance for the Union of Romanians, AUR, has sent a clear message. The Romanian people want change. Simion opposes EU policies that many see as detrimental to national interests, such as excessive bureaucracy and military aid to Ukraine that some argue neglects Romania's own needs. His vision is one of a free, respected, and sovereign Romania, where the needs of its citizens come first. After exit polls, he declared, "This is the victory of those who still believe in Romania, a free, respected, sovereign country." This is not extremism, it's a call for self-determination. Romania is not alone in this awakening. Across Europe, leaders are standing up for their nations, challenging the centralized power of the EU, and offering a vision of a Europe where countries are not subjugated to a one-size-fits-all approach. Italy's Giorgia Meloni, who leads the Brothers of Italy, has already shown that a far-right government can govern effectively, implementing policies to control immigration and promote traditional values since her 2022 election victory. France's Marine Le Pen, with her national rally, is pushing for France's sovereignty, advocating for an exit from the EU and NATO, and addressing concerns about mass immigration that resonate with millions. Hungary's Viktor Orbán has long been a defender of Hungarian sovereignty, often clashing with the EU over migration and rule of law policies, maintaining power since 2010. And in Germany, Alice Weidel's Alternative for Germany, AfD, has made history by coming second in the national election, securing 20% of the vote, a testament to the growing support for far-right policies, even in a country with a complex history with such ideologies. These leaders are not isolated figures. They are part of a growing movement. Recently, Viktor Orbán urged Meloni and Le Pen to team up and form a united front in the European Parliament, recognizing that together they can be a formidable force. Indeed, Le Pen and Orbán have already joined forces in a new alliance called Patriots for Europe, which is now the third largest group in the European Parliament. This alliance, which could potentially include figures like Simion and Weidel, represents a shift in European politics, where national interests are prioritized over supranational bureaucracy. So why is this happening? Why are people turning to the far right? The answer lies in the failures of traditional political parties to address the real issues facing Europe. Economic stagnation, uncontrolled immigration, loss of national identity, and a feeling of being dictated to by distant bureaucrats in Brussels have left many Europeans feeling disenfranchised. The far right offers a solution: national sovereignty, controlled borders, and policies that put the people first. In Germany, for example, under Chancellor Olaf Scholz, the country has faced economic challenges and social unrest. The AfD's rise is a direct response to these issues. Alice Weidel has resonated with voters by addressing their concerns head-on, advocating for drastically restricting migration, disbanding the EU, and dropping support for Ukraine to focus on Germany's own needs. She has stated, "Our hand remains outstretched to form a government," signaling a willingness to work for the people's interests. Similarly, in Romania, the annulment of the November 2024 election due to suspected Russian interference highlighted vulnerabilities in the democratic process. Simion's rise is seen as a way to restore trust and ensure that Romanian voices are heard, free from external influence. His opposition to EU-driven policies, such as military aid to Ukraine, reflects a broader sentiment that Romania's resources should prioritize its own citizens. Across Europe, the far right is addressing concerns that traditional parties have ignored. Meloni's immigration controls have reduced illegal crossings, giving Italians a sense of security. Le Pen's push for economic protectionism aims to safeguard French jobs. Orbán's defiance of EU mandates has preserved Hungary's cultural identity. These leaders are not just reacting to problems, they are proactively shaping a future where nations can thrive independently. As Romania heads toward the presidential runoff on May 18, 2025, the far right's momentum appears unstoppable. The question is not whether they will prevail, but how traditional parties will respond. Will they adapt to the new reality, or will they be swept aside by the tide of change? The far right is here to stay because it represents the will of the people who demand a better future for their nations. This surge is not a threat, it's an opportunity for renewal. It's a chance for Europe to rediscover its roots, to prioritize its people, and to build a future where national sovereignty and cultural identity are cherished. Critics may label these movements as divisive, but supporters see them as a necessary correction to decades of policies that have eroded national pride and economic stability. As we look to the future, let's ask the tough questions. Will the EU adapt to this new reality, or will it continue to push policies that alienate its member states? The far right is not just a political force, it's a reflection of the will of the people.